Daitaiva guru wangu, bayana sensira yangu, shaka wanga sireva, kana nichige natoka. Daitaiva guru wangu, bayana sensira yangu, shaka wanga sireva, kana nichige natoka.
Tinokukwazisai muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita nhasi rarimwe zuva. Nhasi katiri kumanake. Ndofunga paipa takambova pachirongwa tiri kuTrafalgar, nhasi tiri kumanake. Kuchinja kwemazita,
kuchinja kwezvinhu asi alivinyelela mhuri yeZimbabwe kuhlangana njalo namhlanje akolunye uhlelo. Ndithemba ke liyakhumbula sake selilethela uhlelo asiseTrafalgar. Namhlanje ke asesiphendukile sikhona apha njalo izinto sezijinjile asesisemanake.
Ndofunga chirongwa makuchiziva patinouya tinopota tichiburitsaka zviri kuitwa mucommunity kuedza kuburikidza kuti upenyu hwevanhu hunge huchisimukira pamusoro. Rangu zita ndinoti Andrew Neshama.
Ndithemba ke uhlelo lolu selujayele. Namhlanje ke size sile ndaba yokuthi gender based violence ayiphele, uabuse kwama-drugs akuphele. Sikhuthaza njalo omama ezindlini ukubana sisebenze ndawonye njengokutsho kwabo abathi mushamukhazi. Elami ibizo ngimuthakiwa naShekhuthama uMandlovu.
Senkwazise muri yeZimbabwe tinokurudzira kusubscribe kuDrumas Media. Drumas Media taking you to another level.
Athens ndo vandakusiyira nguva ino. Toda kuti vambotiudzawo zvataunganira pano. Naiye wachona akatiunganidza kudai akati nhonga kwatakanga tiri uko. Nguva ino nekuzara kwayo ngatirovei maoko tichisiya nguva ino kuna Athens. Mandiwe, over to you. Let's all clap our hands.
kunaka handiti zvinova makasiya makasiyani ndo zvatinoda manje tiuya kwenyu kumanake kunoku naye aiwa ndoda kutenda maningi regai tingoisa maoko pamwe chete tingombera chinhu chakanaka maoko ndinoda kuti tisvike panguva yakadai nguva yatasvika inguva inokosha yekuti tichisvika pakupakurirana zvatawinga nyaya dzatanyanyofambira panapa inyaya dzanga dzichiitika madhirama amamuchionaya gender based violence abuse of substances public awareness and opportunities for community development ndo nyaya dzatida kuti tipuhwe zvizere nedingindira radzo ipapo tadaidza vanokosha vedu saka vanokosha vedu ava ndichange ndichivasimudza zvishoma nezvishoma nekuti watanyatsotipakurira kuti tinofamba sei tinogarisana sei chinoita kuti vanhu varwe kazhinji kushayika kwechimwe chacho kana zvese zviripo hatimborwi handizvo saka tida kuona kuti vakuru vedu vatiunganidza panapa vakatibatsira sei zvavakatigadzirira zvinhu nai saka ndinoda kukumbira chairperson of Manake, who's the executive chairperson, who's Amai Sokani, watiudze kuti takaunganirei pano ndinoda kuti tiise maoko pamwe chete tichiombera Mai Sokani wachiuya. Over to you. Madam Chair.
Pamusoroi vanhu vese vari pano nevese vatikutawo nevana vangu vandiri kuona kuchena kwenyu. Pane somo hani isina kunatsondibata maimbirwo ayo nekutamba kwayo. Imi munoiziva kuti ndio inonzi inini Mai Sokani somo iyo. Ngaadzokorodze ndisati ndataura pamwe kudedera kunopera nekuti kachando kandipinda ndakagara. Ngauye angoimba kambichana kanzwisa. Asi vasikana vangu imboendai kumberi muri kutikanganisa ichi chiri kutivhara hatisi kukuonai kutamba. Imbovaratidzai kumberi kuti mai venyu vakakutichei. Endai kumberi. Kanzwisa asi chiendai kumberi.
Take Okay, vakamuwana tinangotamba panapo. Vasoni. Ahoy! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Community small and medium enterprises have actually greeted you. And then Dr. Mutlanga, I told you she's being represented here. Allow me to thank them for actually attending this special occasion and makes it great. Allow me again to thank them for just accepting our invitation to this very special occasion. Your Honor, we sincerely thankful to you for being with us despite of your busy schedule. This attests this great support and importance you extend to Manake Empowerment Trust. Finally, the auspicious day has arrived. To put an end to our eager waiting and timelessly preparation for this event, I'm a little surprised at how a person like me, a person who has loved each and every inch of stage, but so hesitant to come up here and speak and got the courage now. I stand before you to deliver my welcome speech for our most awaited launch. It is a day for MAT members to know more about the recent future development of MAT. Our members have always been known as women of diversified capabilities, and I'm sure you will agree after your visit today. For some of you, this event marks the culminations of a 2024-year story that began with very humble beginnings. As you may know, MAT was started as a burial society by a small group of dedicated Trafalgar women wanting to provide their devoted family members with a decent burial. While much has changed in the last years, this goal hasn't much improved. The main aim of MAT organization is to improve and empower communities through job creation and community-based projects. My organization is devoted to provide hope, care, and support to women and men in our country during their most challenging times. We have a number of unique and innovative ideas which we are currently undertaking. And the income-generating projects include sewing, baking, poultry, piggery, agriculture, marketing, gardening, to mention just a few. At the moment, we have a membership of more than 110 women and 60 men, and both membership are disabled and able-bodied members, mostly in Mashonaland West Province, where the organization started. At Manake Empowerment Trust, we believe that every member deserves a chance to work regardless of their health condition. Unfortunately, thousands are battling to take care of their families, and they are facing unimaginable emotional and financial burdens. This is never an easy task, of course, but MET rose to the challenges and continue until today. The major effort in meeting in the challenges has been met, shifting from barrier society, focusing on project because we could not wait upon the world for success or a lucky star to fall from heaven. We started to make a monthly contributions, which was even tough for most members, so that we start up and buy inputs for the projects. And we had land or buildings to undertake our operations. We then had to convince members to offer their places of residence to avail space for us to run the projects. What a journey it had been, with each year having its own triumphs and struggles. We grew from members to 170 now and still counting more to come. Some days were endless, stream of emergencies and agencies which came unannounced, each giving scope to learn, question, to reflect, and introspect. We are now at the junction where a chapter closes and a new one begins. It is overwhelming that we now count years from where we started. As an organization, we also try by all means to tackle issues that affect our communities, such as gender equality, GBV, and drug abuse. Zimbabweans see GBV as the most important women's rights issue that the government and society must address. Most reject the use of physical force of our husbands, but a majority also say that GBV is at least somewhat common in their community. Moreover, most men and women are likely to be criticized, harassed, shamed if he or she reports being the victim of GBV. A perception that may serve as significant deterrent to reporting such attacks. This type of stigmatization may also prevent both men, women who suffer GBV from speaking up. On the plus side, most citizens believe that the police are likely to take cases of GBV seriously, and a majority see domestic violence as a criminal matter whose resolution requires the involvement of law enforcement agencies, rather than as a private matter to be resolved within the family. Overall, GBV and domestic violence in particular were caused by social dynamics that support violence, such as poverty, unemployment, and income inequality, as well as alcohol abuse. Gender equality is not only a women issue. It is a human right issue that requires every man or woman to commit themselves to take action against all forms of violence and discrimination faced by women and girls, as they should be afforded the same respect as men. I would like to thank our government and its stakeholders as they are making progress regarding closing the gender gap in terms of opportunities and economic involvement. This means that our country is making sure that gender isn't an issue if we want to contribute to the development of our nation. Gender equality could prevent violence against others, and it is necessary for a prosperous economy. As we take on the year, we welcome new tries, new questions, new problems, new solutions, and new highs. Manake Empowerment Trust comprises of highly enthusiastic and experienced team. The entire team, we will work towards achieving these goals, and we will appreciate the support of our government on this. We need to aspire the bar in every field, and that's the mantra we want to propagate. We need to join forces with other stakeholders and the nation at large so that we can fulfill the mission of His Excellency, Honorable President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. I quote, "Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo munozviziva." I want to congratulate SMET members for progress. Cheers to those who have worked hard towards this launch. To succeed in life, you have to be committed. Everybody is unique and born with some extraordinary qualities within. There's no point of comparing, compete with yourself. I have to actually go back to this one. Can you hear me well, Manake people and everyone? There is no point in comparing. Compete with yourself. Thank you all. Thank you all of you, not only for joining us here today, but also for making this symbolic day possible. I take my rest.
Manake oye! Manake oye! Ya, tonzwa kufara nokudzirwa nenotoni. Notoni iri kudziya zvikuru nokuti kana mune vakuru veguta, vakuru vezvimbo, sevana munofanira kudzirwa naika. Zvino ndoda kuti tipe tatsikwa nemumiriri wedu mudare reparamende vaTsvangirai, vanova Honorable Tsvangirai, toda kuti vambotaurawo nevana vavo mumusha mavo. Speaker wedu vachiuya. Over to you, Honorable.
Thank you very much, MC Magadi. Fara. Rigantange ku acknowledge the leadership yatnayo panapa pambelepedu yapa ku Minister of Women's and the leadership of Manake. We recognize you. Thank you so much for the invitation. Akachitira seterapi ichitaura. Takachitira seterapi ichitaura. Yabata my issues akawanda akuti affect as a community. In particular, gender-based violence, in particular, substance and drug abuse, and so forth, my issues are crime. But chandafarana ndechekuti all the issues that are highlighted, they are emanating from economic inequality. Ndugureve nyaya economic inequality. We have a gap yatinayo community muno ye vanhu vakawanda vasina zvekuita. Vanhu vakawanda, including the young people from 15 to 34, 15 to 35. Those are the youth vatinawo muno vasina zvekuita, and ndo vakawanda vari mukuona vari kuita zvemadrugs, vamukuona makafamba manheru apa, munogona kumagwa, munogona kubirwa. Those are the young people vasina zvekuita, and this is a serious issue yatinayo mucommunity muno. Then we have an issue of gender-based violence. Zubitika mungo. And officer vataura kuti ma issues aya, they are economic. maybe mukunetsana nenyaya yekuti baba wanaotenga chingwa, maybe mukunetsana nekuti mai baba vauta zvavakuita, but all these issues fundamentally they are coming from economic issues. So ndafarira mabatiro akuita Manake Empowerment Group kuti it's there to close the gap iripo economic. How do we do that? We do that by empowering the young people. We do that by empowering women. My project, pottery, kusona kwa mukuita. All are these issues, though shatinoita, kana tida kusolve my critical issues that now mu community muno. My issues of gender, my issues of drug and substance abuse. Why is it you find out such issues anooneka kuma low income areas akatafingana not all, but wakaenda kuborode huko kune vanhu vane mabasa, the high income area, you don't find such problems atikuona muno not all. My problems in my drugs, you don't find them there, but kunoko ndokwati mama wana. Why? It's because of the economic environment yatinayo muno not all. Kushayikwa kwemabasa, kushayikwa kwe-income. Those are the issues anoita kuti ma-problems esasikufesa muno aikubi. So I like group rino, the empowerment group, yauya kuzoclose that gap kuti provide the income that we need for this community to strive. So it's also MP, the representative area, there are some things that we are actually doing to make sure that we close that gap at Nayo community muno. Number one, we have come up with the a community fund. This community fund, it's injector capital kuma vulnerable groups. Can I start in vulnerable groups to tell the marginalized women and the young people? My vendors, and that loan, you can come and access that loan from that fund. The young people who want to start business, they can actually come and access fund from that community fund they are to come up with. Because Magatari, some of the problems, all of us here, we have ideas. We know the young people, they are brilliant, they have so many ideas, but what's lacking is capital. So that's where we are coming. No, as a solution, let's come up with a fund. If you're a young person, an talent, an idea, and I'll start a business, then we give him that capital. Takampa capital is start a business. In starting a business, he's actually going to employ Bangladesh. Thereby, we are creating jobs locally. Because those days are gone. We have to wait for the government to take us get my master downstairs. What we need is to come up with solutions and be locally based. To create a mabasa locally. In terms of capital. Towards a capital, you start a business, you employ your friends, and so forth, so forth. To create an employment persons. So that's the most important critical idea is the leadership of this community. Then my issues in gender-based violence. Number one, can I find an issue which needs please? And such a so I might not have a clear idea which my issues in cards are not say, but what I'm very clear is about my issues are very economic. Kana muchinetsa na mudzimba na mai na baba, please reportai kune mapurisa. Azvibetsere kuzoripota munhu afa. Because recently pane case yakabva kuitika, I know if you are very familiar with. Yakaitika yakaripotewa yokuti murume akazobatwa achida kunodhamba bhoti kujaji. So, kana mune ma-issues, next door muchiudzwa kuti munhu vari kunetsana vakurovana, please reportai kumapurisa. Issue yoyo isolveke pachine time. because hazvidetsere kuti tiluze munhu mozoti aiwa vaitorovana tishawadza vachita noise but munhu atofa hazvichabatsiri chinhu. So it's very critical and it's very important kuti muripote kune mapurisa kuti vadile neissue yacho pachine time kuti save a life.
Thank you so much, Temi Amandipa. God bless you. Thank you.
Tinotenda honorable sezvamareva kuti kana fund munayo yakamirira mavulnerable achona maji anogona kutangirawo panesu 9 manakewo isi mavulnerable okutanga handiti kwete kuti MP wako azotanga ariwo vulnerable handiti ka. Let me now introduce you to our guest speaker. This task of introducing the guest speaker is really a privilege to me. I know this is a difficult task, but well thought. This woman is a woman of great simplicity. She is from the Ministry of Human Affairs, Mrs. Charira Chapepera. She'll be teaching us a lot about these community issues, gender-based violence and the abuse of substances. Please help me to welcome Mrs. Chapepera to this podium. Madam Chapepera, it's over to you.
You can take your seats, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Roderick Kanga, for the introductions, and Tariro Charira Chipepera, and the Director of Ministry of Women Affairs, Community Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Ndakamira Deputy Minister vedu ndivo guest of honor vandituma kuti ndiuye delivery speech yawo. Ndisati ndatanga, madzimai woye! Mayuthi woye! Vana baba woye! MP wedu woye! Right. Ndichataura ndichivereka speech ya Deputy Minister vedu Dr. Jennifer Mushana. Vanova ndivo vandakamirira pano. Ndichatanga nekuita masalutations. The Director of Ceremonies, vanova General Director of Ceremony, ndatozvidzidzavo pano nhasi. GDC, Mrs. Makumbe. Chakupai basa kuministry kwenu muzondiona. Founder of Manake Empowerment Trust, Mrs. S. Sokani. In other circles, I respect you as a doctor. Dr. Sokani, I acknowledge you. Managing Director of MED, Roderick Danga. The Member of Parliament for Norton constituency, Comrade Richard Changirai. Government officials here present, Taona Tina DDO, Minister of Women Affairs, Community Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Mr. Leonard Jimu, staff yawo, Taona Kunewe Minister of Health Varipo, and also ZRP Norton, being represented by Assistant Inspector Dume. Regarding it, I acknowledge also my community-based organizations, Aripano, and also my church representative organizations, Aripano. Regarding it, acknowledge Pastor Gweshe, Batipamuna Mato Batatanga. Let me also acknowledge tertiary institutions which are here present. I can also see we have got the media fraternity, ndanzwa kune drummers, herald, video shoots, tinoku acknowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, it is my great pleasure on behalf of the Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprise Development to greatly appreciate and celebrate women for their achievements, perseverance, and success. And I would like to very much acknowledge our Dr. Sokani, for really coming up with the idea of having this trust. And I'm very happy we are gathered here to really launch the renaming of the previously named Today's Women of Trafalgar to Manake Empowerment Trust. Today's Women of Trafalgar organization, as has been said by the founder member, it started in 2022 as a burial society to empower women in the district of Norton. And we are talking now as in 2024, the organization was re-registered to promote equal participation of all women and men for socio-economic development and leaving no one behind, as well as no place behind, as spelled out in the National Development Strategy 1, ATS 1, and the Vision 2030 of our country. I am happy, I've been informed that the membership comprises of 170 beneficiaries, of which 110 are females and 60 are males. But also, she was whispering to me, doctor, and she told me that actually the group has grown further than this, and we really congratulate you for that. The major income generating projects which are being done by Manake Empowerment Trust include sewing, baking, poultry, horticulture, arts and crafts, which we witnessed here, and Innocent and your group, congratulations and well done. Keep it up. As well as gardening. Indeed, what I witnessed here today would definitely increase the productivity level of community members, help them to contribute to national development, and take away their energy from vices of such crime as drug and substance abuse, as well as gender-based violence. I'm happy the Honorable MP, Mr. Changirai, also pointed out that this is now really a scourge or a disease that we have, and it is up to us to really deal with it. By the way of renaming ceremony which we are gathered here, Manake Empowerment Trust will stand as a provider of new beginnings and second chances to women and community members who will now be able to realize their skills training and capacitation goal. Ladies and gentlemen, Zimbabwe is currently in the throes of a disturbing drug and substance abuse crisis that is affecting the well-being of families and communities. The current generation of our youths is hardest hit by the drug scourge, and this is posing a grave danger to the future of our nation, as the current generation will be hamstrung by the drug abuse and fail to be effective custodians of the future. Ndofunga matozorana paita drama rataona pano, even including what our assistant inspector said. We really need to work towards dealing with this challenge, and I'm happy this is also what this trust is also focusing on. The government of Zimbabwe has identified drug and substance abuse as a major danger to the development of communities and the nation at large, as it has far-reaching socio-economic effects on the citizenry. The realization of economic development endeavors is being hampered by drug and substance abuse, as the able-bodied age groups are the majority of abusers, and this cripples the utilization of the full potential of human capital that the country has. Resultantly, a whole-of-government approach and a multi-stakeholder initiatives has been adopted where each participating entity is mainstreaming strategic responses to the drug abuse problem in their key programming areas. And I'm also glad MET is also one of the organizations that are really mainstreaming strategic responses to the drug abuse problem, as we have seen here. The potential success of this intervention hinges on the community at large also playing its role in participating in awareness raising and economic empowerment activities that will help capacitate community members to make them productive and keep them away from drug and substance abuse. Additionally, community members should cooperate with law enforcement agencies and health service providers in the execution of their anti-drug substance abuse duties to safeguard the future of our nation. Assistant Inspector Lume vataura ivo slogan yayo yanga achiti siyaguka, siyamtoriro, siyamtoriro, ndagona here Inspector? It is said to note that gender-based violence, particularly rape of women and children, is also a major challenge in our families and communities. Statistics are alarming and it is a major area of concern to government as well as all the development partners in our country. And I've noticed even also to MET is also an area of concern to them. And congratulations for programming your interventions to really address gender-based violence issues. I thank you for that. Gender-based violence has ravaged and destroyed the moral fabric of the family in our communities. I was really impressed by our Honorable MP in as much as he confessed his status, but he has got passion in seeing that GBV does not okay in our families. He is a very good role model. I pray that God will give you a good wife. Fathers are raping their daughters and grandfathers are raping their granddaughters. Where have we gone wrong as a nation? The women and the girl child are the most affected on GBV issues. The Zimbabwe Demographic Health Survey showed that the prevalence of gender-based violence stood at 47% among women. Studies have also observed that only 13% of women who suffer violence seek help from the police, and only a combined 5% of those who seek help from a doctor or medical institution, social services or a lawyer. Most of them, they actually withdraw their services. And most of the issues are linked to economic challenges, whereby they will say the perpetrator is a breadwinner, so if he is prosecuted, then we have no one to take care of us. So like what the MP was saying, economic empowerment of all of us can resolve so many challenges in our country. Child marriages is also rampant and we need to end it in our society. Families in our communities are mostly affected by non-communicable disease such as cervical and breast cancer, which account for 33.4% of all cancers amongst women. Unfortunately, our rural women do not have access to information, diagnostic technology, and treatment. And this is an issue that the government is seized with in terms of really reaching out to them. And I think all of you are aware that even our First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, she's also practically reaching out to women for cervical cancer screening. And we also want to thank you for that. To address this, the ministry in partnership with the relevant stakeholders is mobilizing rural women for information dissemination on service delivery on free cervical cancer screening. And I would also like to urge all women here, let's access these services so that we can know where we are standing in terms of this challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, the ministry has a mandate to economically empower women, mainstream gender and develop communities in key economic sectors, which include agriculture, mining, tourism, and trade. In all these sectors, the ministry addresses the whole value chain from production, processing, preservation, entrepreneurship development, and business management. Emphasis has been put on value addition, especially in the agricultural sector, to reduce post-harvest losses and to improve nutrition, thereby promoting healthy families and healthy communities. This has led to an increase in incomes at family level, and a significant number of families can now meet their basic needs through these programs. To address these social ills and maintain family integrity, the ministry set up an Anti-Domestic Violence Council, which is provided for under the Anti-Domestic Violence Act. And the Anti-Domestic Violence Council ensures the effective implementation of the Act. Various programs in schools, tertiary institutions, and churches have been established to address GBV and incidents of rape. And such programs include community-based awareness campaigns that are being held at provincial, district, and ward levels in line with the National Action Plan on Rape and Gender-Based Violence. The ministry also works with traditional leaders in the fight against GBV and the promotion of family unity. Issues of child marriages are also rampant in our society, and we need to actually reduce them. As we embark on this new chapter, let us commit ourselves to promoting gender equality, holistic empowerment, and inclusivity in all aspects of empowering women and communities. Let us strive to create an environment where every individual, regardless of background and experience, has the opportunity to pursue their aspirations and contribute to our nation's program. Ladies and gentlemen, I am encouraged by Manake Empowerment Trust staff who are leading in the promotion of a resource-led development agenda which we have witnessed here, which is in line with the country's devolution trust. Our country's devolution trust, like what the MP said, is no longer an issue of looking upon government from Harare to provide for you. But development utangira pachini? Ichiitwa nani? Nesu. The capacity building programs for communities that are being done by MET will create a space for them to venture into a lucrative business and also to be able to industrialize. Once community members acquire the requisite skills, they will be able to effectively make use of their abundant natural resources, endowments, through the adoption and use of appropriate technologies. The expected outcomes from this program will include the generation of future employment opportunities, increased income generation potential for communities and families, formalized enterprises, and this can also end up reducing the road to urban migration and also import substitutions. I extend my sincere gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success of this endeavor. Your unwavering commitment and hard work have been instrumental in making this vision a reality. And this is why we are gathered here today to really commission a new name for MET. May I also thank sincerely a donation of 300 road runners as well as the feet. 300 road runner kits, which I am seeing in front of me here, and they've been donated by from Zimbabwe Free Range Poultry Producers. We thank you so much for this donation to MET. It will really go a long way in terms of really building up their poultry project that they are doing. In conclusion, this is beautiful. I'm just being whispered. The chicks have now been increased to 500 chicks. 500 chicks. Thank you so much, Zimbabwe Free Range Poultry Producers Trust. In conclusion, as we celebrate this momentous occasion, Let us rededicate ourselves to the principles of equality, opportunity, as well as progress. Let us continue to work together to create a future where all individuals get the chance to develop their skills and realize their full potential in contributing to the growth and prosperity of our nation as we work towards attaining our Vision 2030. And also in conclusion, I hereby declare officially the renaming of our previously named today's Women of Trafalgar to Manake Empowerment Trust. Dr. Sokani, renaming, it signifies rejuvenation. Yes. I want to believe that this has rejuvenated the trust, and it also indicates growth and more life. And this is what I'm seeing in Manake Empowerment Trust. I wish you well, and let's work closely together with our ministry. I thank you.